Call of Duty is basically the spoiled child of Activision. Now, why that is, we will be discussing later in the video, but I just want to get some background in. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? I'm pretty sure that anyone watching this video probably had Call of Duty as a staple of their childhood. Whether it be in their teenage years or maybe late 20s, we all share some fond memory of Call of Duty. Whether it's the older Call of Duties like COD 4 or Black Ops, or the newer ones like Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, I don't think that's the case, or even the newest Modern Warfare 2. We all have some memories of COD, and I would say very fond ones. But I don't know if it's just me, I have quit COD twice now. And I want to explore why. Just why have I quit COD twice? So, for a little background, I quit Call of Duty first in Black Ops 3. It wasn't because it was a bad game, by all means, it was an excellent game with an excellent zombies mode, with an excellent multiplayer mode, with a shoddy microtransaction lobby, but we can ignore that for all the other features it shipped with. And it was just an overall fun game. I enjoyed my time with Black Ops 3. But when Infinite Warfare was coming out, I thought that, maybe this is the time I retire from Call of Duty. I just wasn't jiving with where Call of Duty was headed, and because games like Destiny, Rainbow Six Siege, The Division had come out, I was like, maybe I can replace Call of Duty with these games. That's how I basically lost touch with Call of Duty. Fast forward, I guess 6 or 7 years to this year when Modern Warfare 2 2022 came out. Now, I was on top of the hype train. I was like, oh my god, this is when Call of Duty is finally gonna get its redemption. This is when it's gonna be back in the top charts again, and this time it's going to be different. But sadly, it was not different at all. It followed similar patch to the previous Call of Duties, and sadly, it looks like Call of Duty 2023 is going to put Modern Warfare 2 into its grave. So let's discuss the reasons why. But before we get into that, I would just like to say that this is a subjective video. Yes, in my opinion, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 made me quit, and it's just not a fun game for me anymore. But that might not be the case for you. You may love Modern Warfare 2 to bits and think that Call of Duty is at its peak, and you are completely entitled to your opinion. Just like you, I am also entitled to my opinion. But you don't have to take my opinion to heart. I'm just a YouTuber, and all YouTubers do is talk BS online. So, with that note aside, let's get into what were the problems that drove me away from Call of Duty, The first and foremost, I would have to say, is skill-based matchmaking. Listen, I know that some people really like skill-based matchmaking because it makes the game fair for newbies. But in my opinion, skill-based matchmaking just completely makes the game, the experience, the lobbies a sweatfest. It's just very, very annoying to me. I play games, especially like shooters and online shooters, for fun. I don't care about competitiveness, I don't care about winning. All I care about is wasting 1 or 2 hours having fun with either my friends or just doing quick play and just listening to a podcast, chilling out, doing some people. You know how the drift is, right? But skill-based matchmaking takes that experience away from me. It makes all of my lobbies a sweatfest. Now, if you don't know how skill-based matchmaking works, it's simple. It pairs you with similar players of your skill level. Now, what that means is if you're casually a good player, you're going to be paired with people with higher skill levels. And when you're paired with people with higher skill levels, you're going to try it that bit harder. And if you win a match, your skill is going to be considered better. So you're going to be paired with better players. And that cycle continues until you're completely getting stomped. And it's just a sweatfest. And the algorithm of skill-based matchmaking is you're going to stomp a match, the algorithm will pick it up that you stomped, and it's going to pair you up with high level players they're going to completely stomp you. You won't have a chance with them. Then you're going to be matched with lower skilled people again. Then you're gonna do well again. You're gonna be paired with higher people again. You're gonna stomp, come back down, and the cycle continues. Whereas in random matchmaking or network preferred matchmaking, it's all random. You might get stomped 1 or 2 matches in a row. You might stomp 5 matches in a row. It's completely random and there's no predictability into it. And to me personally, that's just so much more fun. And along the same point is point number 2. Again, I want to have fun, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 shipped with like 5 to 6 competitive modes, including HQ, Hardpoint, King of the Hill, that elimination game mode where you die and you like die for that round. All of these game modes are competitive. And yeah, that's great for the people who want to play competitive, but for people like me, I don't care about competitive game modes at all. The first thing I did was uncheck all of those boxes and only included Team Deathmatch, Free for All, till confirmed. That's all the game modes I play. I just want to log in, shoot a bunch of people, log out, just like I said. And Modern Warfare 2 didn't ship with gun game, infection, sticks and stones, or any other party game. I know they added it in recent seasons. I think the latest season added gun game, but come on, man, that's way too late. These game modes have been a staple in previous Call of Duties. You could have added them in the start. And for the later seasons, you could have innovated and added more party games. I mean, it's not that hard to think up of, right? Like, let me think up of one right now. So, yeah, okay. So imagine a versus mode like the Mario Kart balloon versus, where you have 3 balloons and you have snipers. You have to snipe each of the balloons of enemy players, and once all 3 balloons are popped, that player is out of the round. Isn't that going to be like a fun game mode? And I literally just thought of that right now. I know you think I'm lying, but I just thought of that right now. So I'm pretty sure the developers could do much better than that. You know what I mean? Add the staple game modes in the start, where the casual players can go into after they're tired from the skill-based matchmade quick play and go into the party game modes. If that was the case, I would have stuck to Modern Warfare 2 much more longer. But sadly, that wasn't the case. Anyway, moving on to point number 3. Now this is a bit objective in my opinion, but you can decide that and comment below. This point concerns progression. The progression system of Modern Warfare 2 was, in one word, a chore. I mean, I do have to give it to the designers. The camo grind was pretty nice. All the different camo challenges for all the different guns were fairly unique, and it made you play in a different playstyle, and the camos looked nice. I mean, that's a thing now, because mostly microtransaction camos are the ones that look nice, but they included good camos in the base game, so I will give them that. But all the other things just felt like a chore. I think I spent 70 hours just unlocking all the guns. The whole complex thing where you have to unlock one gun by completing another gun, which unlocks another gun, which unlocks another gun, is just stupid. I mean, just let me level up by playing good and unlock a gun. I don't want to have to stick to a gun that I don't like, but I have to level up for the gun I want to unlock. It just doesn't make sense. And the XP gain for each map, except when double XP was on, was abysmal. It took way too long to level up the guns, man. I mean, honestly, that, again, to sum up this point, the progression was just like a chore. That's why I don't think Prestige was an option either. I mean, who would want to do all of those gun unlocks again? I wouldn't, so I didn't even consider it. The fourth point is UI. If you're a fan of Modern Warfare 2, you have to admit the UI was not the strongest suit of this game. The UI is extremely confusing. Let me just give you an example. I wanted to unlock a red dot sight that I liked, because all the normal red dot sight were too small and weird looking. Looked like, you know, those Rainbow Six Siege red dot sights, rather than the Black Ops or the Modern Warfare red dot sights. So I pause. Hello. Post-production Fireboy here. I just wanted you to notice something that's been happening in the gameplay clips. If you've noticed, the first game I got stomped, then that gun game on shipment I was stomping, then that third-person game mode that we're watching right now, I'm getting stomped, and then you'll see what happens next match. So just a little bit of a note I wanted to give regarding the skill-based matchmaking point again. I mean, you're seeing it in action. So yeah, just wanted to say that. Adieu. I found one red dot site that I thought was going to be good. And it said that I had to level up the R900. Now, what is the R900? I don't know. And nobody's telling me. And the game isn't even linking the R900 and showing me where that thing is. I have to level up the R900 to get the red dot site, right? Where is the R900? I spent 10 minutes in the primary weapons trying to locate the R900 and I could not for the life of me find it. Then when I was almost about to quit, I was just like, let's go into the sidearms. So when I went to do the sidearms, I finally found the R900. This was compounded by the fact that none of the guns are named out of their actual real life counterparts. If the game said Glock 15, I would be like, okay, they're talking about a pistol. Let me go into the pistols. But this is the R900. What is the R900? I don't know what the R900 is, okay? This UI is completely whack. It really frustrated me. And sifting through all the other guns, going, especially for the PC, I had to click the arrows because the scroll wheel wouldn't work properly. The UI really frustrated me. Moving on to the fifth point. And I'm warning you, a rant is incoming. Because what the hell did they do with the Battle Pass system? Are you kidding me, Activision? You made me pay $10 for something that I literally cannot unlock? Okay. Let's rewind a bit. I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare for $70. I was willing to pay because I thought this was going to be the restart of Call of Duty. I was in my honeymoon period and I thought, hey, there's not a lot of microtransactions and season 1 came out, so why not pay $10 for a battle pass? And I bought the battle pass thinking that I'm going to grind and unlock everything and get that level 100 thing, whatever the camo or whatever the thing was, I don't care, whatever it was. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I played 5 matches and got 1 battle pass point. I played another 20 matches and got another 4 points and I unlocked 1 tier. Oh great. A recap of my failures. I didn't unlock anything. Oh god. Are you serious? Do you want me to complete the thing? If you don't, you can just say, haha, screw you, don't complete the battle pass. I had to play that many games to unlock 5 total items, of which 4 were sub items that I couldn't care less for, and I just wanted the final goddamn gun, and I had to play 25 matches for that. Why would you think that's a good idea? You know what? I know why you thought that was a good idea, because you wanted to sell a microtransaction for a microtransactions. I don't care. Shut up. Just let me play the game. First thing they goddamn put me in is goddamn store. So if you didn't know, Activision sells this battle pass thingy where if you buy it, you unlock 50%, I think, or more than 50% of the battle pass, so you don't have to grind for it. So the matter is that for a full $70 game, they introduced a microtransactions in the battle pass, and then for that battle pass, they introduced another microtransaction where you could complete the battle pass automatically at 50%. That is why the battle pass unlocking rate is so slow. They wanted to sell you another microtransaction, so they slowed down the original microtransaction. Listen to me, I do not play Call of Duty for a full-time career, okay? I don't have that time. I play at most 1 or 2 hours a day after coming back from my job and resting up a bit, playing some matches and going to sleep. I don't have time for that. But Activision wants to exploit that and make me pay to get the thing I originally paid for? Like, it's crazy in my mind when I think about it. It's just so... Why? I'm willing to pay for a battle pass now. You've corrupted me that much. I'm willing to support you. But then you have to make me buy another microtransaction for a microtransaction? I mean, that's the 3rd time I've repeated the phrase. And I'm sick and tired of the word microtransaction. But god damn! Really? Are you that low? I will never in my life buy another single battle pass from you ever, because I have lost trust in you completely. If you wanted people to buy more battle passes, you don't restrict their progress. What you do is make the game so fun that they're going to buy the battle pass nonetheless. But you had to be greedy. Ugh, that's a rant over. The sixth and final point is new stuff. So this is connected with the battle pass, sadly. But this point has two factors: guns and maps. The guns, surprise surprise, are hidden behind the battle pass, and they're marketed as free. Anyone can get them. No. The tagline should be: anyone who plays Call of Duty as a full-time job can get these guns for free. Because anyone who plays 1 to 2 hours a day can definitely not get a gun. Trust me, I tried and I burnt out because of that. I wanted that new and shiny gun. I was grinding out. I wasn't making any progress, and I was like, I don't care about the gun anymore. But in fact, I don't care about the game anymore. Similarly, maps. I will admit that they are adding new maps, and that's great. That's a great addition. They're trying at least something. Although that night vision map is a complete bust. Oh my god, just remove that map. But anyway, they are adding new maps 50% of the time. 50% of the other time, they're remaking old maps. Is this like the 5th iteration of shipment we got in a row for all the Call of Duties? Oh god damn, I hate this map. Is it gun game? It is gun game, I think. If you're going to include shipment anyway, can you not include it in the base game and remake something else? Or maybe make a whole new map in the seasons? Just a thought. But anyway, these were my main reasons of why I lost touch with Modern Warfare 2 and decided not to play the game. Now, what can be the possible solutions? Well, there are tangible solutions that we can take that addresses each problem holistically, but I don't think Activision's gonna listen, especially to someone who has 78 subscribers when like big ass YouTubers have been expressing their concerns for years now. But positivity makes a difference. Let's try at least. So the first solution is revamping the UI and progression system. I mean, completely overhauling it. The UI needs to be more streamlined and it needs to be much more simpler so that I can get what I want and I don't have to do a PhD in it. And secondly, the progression system needs to be not a chore. So maybe that lies in having guns unlocked at levels and earning XP much faster. If you're going to keep the current system, increase the XP leveler by 100-fold. Otherwise, it's going to remain at 0. The second solution is live service. You've heard my rant, you know my opinions, and there's only one solution to this. Actually, two. Don't be greedy and just be logical. If you're making us buy a microtransaction, let us take the benefit from that microtransaction. Do not sell us a microtransaction for a microtransaction. Increase that battle pass XP multiplier as well, so that someone who does buy the battle pass can feel rewarded after every match and not wait for 5 or 6 matches to actually get what they want. The third solution is to introduce a casual matchmaking mode and more fun game modes. So the first part of that is, if you want to keep quick play with SBMM active, sure, do that. But then also introduce a matchmaking type which has 0 SBMM and just factors in network. So the network connectivity will be preferred and it will be completely random. No skill criteria applied. This will give 2 options and make everybody happy, and it will make the casuals even more happier. Secondly, the fun game modes. If you've added gun game and infection now, I mean, you should have added that when the game first came out. But why not add more party games, take the creative liberty, and try something completely new? It's your game after all. The sky's the limit. You can do anything. Introduce fun game modes, and I'm pretty sure I would play them every season. Fourthly, if you can't do any of this, just please give power to the community. You've seen things like Platinum and all the other mods that have revived the older Call of Duties, how well those developers are performing, how much care and passion that they are putting in these projects. You know that community loves your game, and you know the community can handle it much better than yourselves. So if you won't implement any of the changes I mentioned prior, let there be custom servers where modders or indie developers can set up their own rules, can set up their own fun game modes, can set up their own progressions. Let there be freedom. Let the community take the game into its own hands, and I'm telling you, it will be 100 times better. Last of all, if you're not going to do anything, I would suggest listen to your community. Your community is your customer. Your customer is telling you how the product should be. I understand that Call of Duty is your spoiled child because it brings you billions and billions in revenue regardless of what you do with it. I know that it's a metaphorical laurel that you rest on, but if you have any artistic integrity and business acumen, I would heavily suggest you listen to the community and address their concerns. This will help in the long term. You are very much focused on the short term, and sooner or later, that spoiled child is going to get into a lot of trouble, and most of the community will abandon it. And lastly, this is my own gripe. For God's sake, can you please not make Call of Duty 100 gigs? I mean, games like Cyberpunk, The Witcher, uh, all these other games, they're like 40 to 50 gigs. You have no right to be 100 gigs, okay? Just let my poor hard drive have other games. By the way, this is another tactic they do. If you bloat a game so big, you'll have to delete other games. Therefore, you'll only play one game. That's another greedy tactic. But anyway, please comment below your thoughts and get the war started. I would love to hear your opinions, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Adieu.